with specific facts, examples, and illustration gathered through research. Time 5 to 7 minutes, and the title it's celebrating an example of leadership.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Norm and his wife Franny are founding members of our Achievers Club. I'll say 21, 22 years now. And he's a distinguished Toastmaster. He's had a lot of things. But what they've become most famous for recently is the Distinguished Member Program that was started in our division.
District.
Started in our division.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then spread to the district. So let's welcome Norm Stein.
Thank you, John. Good morning, everyone, fellow Toastmasters. It's a pleasure to be here. It's really a pleasure to be here at this club. This is an exciting place to be because things are going on. They're happening all the time. 16 years President's Distinguished. This is a club with a lot of vitality, and I recognize that because I put on my tracksuit this morning. I have to run a little bit faster to keep up with all of you. But of all the people I'm really running to keep up with, it's our honoree today is Gladys. Because although I thought I've been pretty active, I've done a lot of the offices of this club. I've been an area governor, I've been a division governor, I've been chairs of committees and so forth, and I continue to do that, and I think, you know, hey, I'm doing all right. And then I see Gladys, and I think, maybe I could do a lot more. maybe I could do. But when you think about that, to tell the story of Gladys, as I know it, is just an astounding thing. And I'm sure if I knew more about Gladys, I would have even more to say, because there seems to be a pattern in her life that indicates this is somebody who wants to move forward in her own life, but she has that balance that we talked about. If any of you remember the last speech we talked about being a member of a club and why people join. And Gladys is no different than the rest of us. It's for her benefit. She wanted to accomplish something, and this club can be a vehicle to help her get where she wants to go. But then there was that next step of those who say, I appreciate what I've been given, but at a certain point I want to give back. And that's where Gladys has really had a starring role for us. Gladys did something that I think very few of us would be willing to attempt. And that is to learn not only to communicate effectively, but to do it in a language that is not her own. To me, that's just overwhelming. I've never been that good. I've never been able to speak a foreign language. I've had to take courses in foreign language in order to get through college, but I don't feel I've accomplished anything. I got through the course, and I was happy. That's all I want.
Yeah.
But Gladys says she wants more, and so she put herself into what has to be, from my perspective, a very strange environment of getting together with people who speak a language that you want to speak, but you do not have much accomplishment in. And let's be honest, Gladys was not that great in English when I first met her, and many of you met her. There was a real challenge there, and you could see that, and you kind of wanted to cheer her on, but you kept in the back of your mind, oh, what a task that is, how difficult that is. But what we saw was something that fits today's idea of inspiration just perfectly. She had to be inspired to take on that kind of hope that she could somehow get in front of a group of people, which is a scary thing for most of us, and then be able to communicate ideas effectively. And we've seen that growth. Probably one of the nicest things about Toastmasters, from a standpoint of somebody who's been in it a long time, is to watch other people grow. Well, as you mostly know, I'm a teacher, and that's kind of my motivation. You know, some people argue about the point, can behavior be changed? And I say, well, I think so, because if not, then I've wasted my entire career. Because as a teacher, you're trying to change behavior. And when you see somebody like Gladys, who's willingly taking this on and seeing that she has accomplished so much, that she does not have a mastery of the English language, but she is a good communicator in the English language. That's impressive. And that's enough, right? But that's not Gladys. That's not enough for her. She wanted to help other people. And she took on an enormous task of trying to do something that is very unique in Toastmasters. Now, Toastmasters, if you happen to be at a district meeting, you will hear, just as we say at the beginning of every meeting, we say, you know, this is what we stand for. We have a mission statement. And I think it's a very well worked out mission statement, but it's nothing at all like the district statement. The district statement says, our goal is to start and support new clubs, bring in new people. What else? That's it.
Oh my God.
Start clubs, start clubs, start clubs, start clubs. That's at the district level. That's what they're thinking of. Now, these clubs fall into two categories. More and more Toastmasters are bringing in corporate clubs. It's just easier to do. And there's more corporations out there that are recognizing the benefit of the Toastmasters program, and they're coming to Toastmasters, world headquarters, and saying, could you help us start a club? You know, like coming into a car dealer's lot and say, could you help me buy a car? And so we tend to put that emphasis. We tend to take the easy way out. But there's another kind of club that isn't a corporate club. We call it a community club. Give you a sense of balance. Last year, which just ended at the end of June, we started 22 clubs in our district. 20 of them were corporate clubs, 2 of them were community clubs. It is hard to start a community club. It takes a tremendous amount of work. I would say if you're going to get involved with starting clubs, let's start out with the corporate ones. They're relatively easy. And then maybe after you have a lot of experience, you can get in there and attempt to start. Identify where in the community would they need a club, and who would be the makeup of that club, and where would you reach those people? And this is what Gladys took on. She saw the need for people who are interested in speaking Spanish and who want to develop their skills in speaking in that language to have a club. And there was one club on the Crystal Cathedral campus that was not doing well for a variety of reasons. She wished it well, but she said, let me try something else. And she worked, and she worked, and she worked, and most of you know about that because she sought your support, and you reacted to that, you supported that, and you helped her start a club, the library in Tustin. I was happy to do that, and I think I contributed something to it, but nothing compared to the amount of work that she put into this. So today, it's quite appropriate, and it's quite appropriate to have the word inspiration, because I think that is really the word to describe what Gladys has done. She's an inspiration to all of us, and that's where I am, wearing my tracksuit. I got really
Thank you, Norm, for that inspirational
Bravo.
speech. And you should all have a combination evaluation sheet and ballot in front of you, so we will have 1 minute for everybody to give Norm his comments.